light shines on, the Spirit helps me guide my way. I know this ain't just me. I walk strong, but this time I won't be afraid. I know this ain't just me. No, this ain't just me.
Hello and welcome back to Silver Hour Tarot. This is Amanda. Welcome. We're going to be doing a video today all about what are you really, or who are you really rather. And so I will be using the Caroline Myss Archetypes deck. So many of you will be familiar with this. It's a really amazing deck, as well as the Faceted Garden Tarot or Oracle. All right, before I get started, I just want to make sure you guys know I am doing a deck giveaway. So 3 decks I'm giving away. They are really incredible decks. Some of them are a $65 value, so go check that out. It's about 3 videos in the past, so go check that out. It says free tarot giveaway, and go comment below to make sure that you're entered and make sure you're subscribed. All right, so let me know which one you want in the comment section. There's 3 beautiful decks to choose from. All right, I'm gonna show you your choices for today, so take a look. All right, so pile 1 will be this beautiful amethyst, and pile 2 will be this red jasper, and then pile 3 is this smoky quartz. Okay, so use your intuition, choose wisely, and I'll see you in your reading. Bye. All right, pile 1, here we go. Welcome to your reading. So let's dive in and see what and who you really are. I keep saying what. It's very not like me, but maybe there's a purpose for that. All right, guys. First card you have is Child Orphan. Light attributes: independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering a fear of surviving, feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. We have Slave. Don't worry, I will pull it all together. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust, giving your power to an external authority without fear of making your own choices. Judge. Balancing justice and compassion, managing fair distribution of power, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And then Child Eternal. So we have 2 of the child archetypes, which I think is interesting. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, shadow, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So I just want to say, guys, this is a reading about who you truly are. So keep that in mind, because we often opt into situations as a soul that are the opposite of who we are, or who we're meant to become, because we're going to transform and transmute. So just keep that in mind. And so I just want to start out by saying, for this pile, I did hear star seed. So for some of you, you might be star seed or identify as star seed, and this is just confirmation for those of you who were unsure or had thought that maybe you were. I feel like your true self is someone who really does enjoy going it alone. Maybe you have a lot of wounding around feeling like you are an outsider or don't belong, or these might be themes of your life. But your soul, at a soul level, really does like to be someone who figures things out on their own and likes a lot of independence. Okay, so you don't, because it's we have the slave right next to it. So I really feel that deep in your core, you don't want to be owned. You don't want to feel trapped or hindered or controlled. And so you're not going to be a slave to anybody. You don't want to be a slave to anyone or anything. You might be breaking molds, societal or familial, in this lifetime. And it might feel, I'll be honest, this can be quite a lonely experience, and not necessarily a very easy one. So I just want to honor that part of it. But if you have experienced a lot of loneliness, this reading can maybe give you a little bit of solace and reassurance that this is actually there's a larger picture here. So I also sense that you are someone of high moral standards. You like fairness, you like balance, you like equal exchange of energy, I'm hearing. So for some of you, you may be struggled or have struggled with codependent relationships, or relationships that just are not equally balanced in terms of energy, or what's the word? Like, I don't want to say authority, but like that's sort of what I'm getting, is it's maybe somebody who has more, wisdom, experience, or like seemingly has higher status or power over you. And so there's just like an unequal power dynamic. And so I feel like you are healing and probably reject and probably end most relationships that don't feel good to you in that regard. And this is part of your truth. Okay. So no more codependency. I heard codependency no more. So you might identify with Lilith if you're, or maybe you have Lilith placements, or, look at your Lilith. But like I said, you value freedom, equality, equal exchanges of energy. And you also, because the Judge also reminds me of justice, and the Justice card in tarot is associated with Libra, and Libra is associated with beauty. So I feel like your values are very much beauty, truth, freedom. With this card here, it says child eternal. I realized I'm totally flaking out on you guys. We have other cards that I would like to show. So let me put these out. So child eternal talks about determination to remain young. I think that the other part of you that Spirit wants me to talk about is really highlighted here with both child archetypes coming out. You really value being young, but not just young looking, but just the essence of remaining committed to staying connected to that playful, joyful, loving, open-hearted inner child. And, you know, people may have told you or may tell you that you act irresponsibly, or you may have themes in your life around responsibility that you've had to work through or are working through. Because I think that you're finding healing around that and what is truly like your responsibility and what isn't. And, you know, society would like to shame us a lot around issues of like being a responsible adult. And I think you're breaking molds around that, or that's something that you do or are interested in doing as a soul. I also am hearing though that you are an awakener with this Lotus card. I feel like you awaken people to their inner children. I think you awaken people to fairness and balance and truth. All right. And I see I see that you have the ability to see the truth of any situation. So this may have been or may be difficult in terms of maintaining relationships and such, because you do see the truth of things in society, in relationships, in dynamics. And so it is by default something that you do is like you awaken people to seeing the underlying energies and things, and that awakens people to deeper truths within themselves about the world. So it's not particularly the easiest, but this is who you really are. All right. So, and the reason the star card came out, I think, is again to confirm to me that for some of you, you are star seeds. So you are embodying a higher level of consciousness on planet Earth. And in so doing, it can be difficult because you're embodying a higher frequency and most of the planet is at a lower frequency. So there is that inherent tension, right? The cave is just confirmation that you are definitely someone who's carving their own path, and it can be a lonely journey. It can be a singular journey, and you did intend for it to be somewhat this way. So it's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. Nothing is wrong with you, because you're taking these steps alone and leading others. Yeah, what I'm getting from this card is that you really are leading others out of the darkness that humanity has been in. You're the one who's taking these steps forward into the light that other people were too afraid to go there. They haven't gone there before. And so you're leading the way with these morals, this fairness, and healing yourself and showing others how to do the same. All right? I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. Please do go check out the free giveaway for the tarot cards. It's about three videos back. So go enter to win. Make sure you're subscribed. And I love you guys so much. Bye. Welcome, beautiful pile 2. If you chose the Jasper, this will be your reading. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. All right. The first card that came out for you is this card, Avenger, and it says desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself, shadow, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Second card, we have Dilettante, and it says delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits, pretension to a much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. And we have Goddess. Light attributes the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, exploitation of the female nature and form. And then we have Passage. We have Pillar. And we have Metamorphosis. So, all right. So when I tuned into your energy, guys, the first thing that Spirit told me, I heard lemon head. And lemon head is a candy that is sour and sweet. So I also heard, and that made me also think of Lemon World. So if you are an indie music fan, maybe you need to go listen to Lemon World, which is a song by The National, one of my favorite bands. So those are the messages coming through. But it seems to me that the message around lemon head is just a nod to the fact that maybe you're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That's who you actually are, and that's how you're designed, and nothing's wrong with you. Okay. You might have some rough edges, or what people perceive to be as rough edges, or you might have a personality that can be somewhat abrasive to some people. But again, this is like nothing wrong with you at all. And also, I'm just getting that you have a strong personality in general. So like some people just don't like that. With this Avenger card, you have strong beliefs and you really are not quiet about it. You might have, causes that you talk about a lot, or things that really matter to you, social justice kind of things. And righteousness, as a personality, sometimes people can get irritated by that, but the people that love you and are your tribe are gonna just think you're really fantastic. And so just, if some people just don't like it, then, that's their loss. It's their loss. They don't deserve someone with such strong, convictions and passion and drive. And, you're the kind of person that's here to change the world. You've got that fire, you got that drive. So you're not for everyone. I also am feeling with Dilettante that you you give me the vibe of like a honeybee, or that it's, this card here came out with the butterflies. So this might be also why some people think of you as a lemon, a tart, sour, sweet thing, is that you definitely follow your heart and go for what feels good to you. And like, it might seem to some that you are somewhat superficial in your pursuits, But you're really just following your joy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm hearing like, because this guy, I heard masked bandit here. So this gives me this feeling that you are a bit mutable in your personality and a bit changeable in your personality as well. So, you kind of, you adapt, and you have a lot of different sides to you. You have a serious side, you have a playful side, you have a responsible side, you have an irresponsible side, you have a spontaneous side, you have a structured side, and you kind of just intuitively move in the world based on what feels good in the moment. But I think that makes sense that you have goddess, because that is the feminine principle, that it, just sort of flowing with life and flowing with what's, feels appropriate in the moment. So you are a very tapped in person, I feel like. But the other thing I'm getting is that, social butterfly, as they say, because I feel like you are a connector. This card here looks to me like a bridge, a passageway, someone who connects one side to another side. So something that connects one piece of land to another land. So like you act as a bridge, and you are, in a sense, a pillar of light to your community or to the people in your life, your family, pillar of strength even. And you show people the way. You set an example for others to follow. You, like I said, you have this mutable quality to you, but I also feel like it's an underdeveloped archetype that society needs more to see more of, is people who follow this like ineffable thread. And maybe you could call it the calling of the heart, because it doesn't follow a logical set of rules. But I think that's what makes you such a person of righteousness, because I think you're so tapped into your heart that on a deep level, like, even though society is doing one thing, you're like, that's not right, that shouldn't be that's not moral, that's not, like, you're tapping into a higher wisdom with that heart energy. You see the social injustices in the world, you see the fact that there's people going hungry, meanwhile there's people that have billions of dollars and they're buying rockets and going to stuff like that. I feel like really gets you going. And I'm hearing maybe some of you are like, some people think you're a bit of a conspiracy theorist or believe in things, conspiracies that aren't real, but they are, because you can feel it. You can feel the manipulation going on in government and society and media and stuff. So I feel like you really follow a strong inner compass here. So that's who you truly are. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for visiting. And if you do need more personal guidance, I do have that available. Check out my Etsy shop, and guys, make sure that you enter to win one of the 3 tarot decks or oracle decks that I'm offering. So go over to that video and go ahead and make a comment and make sure you're subscribed so you can enter to win. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Hello, beautiful pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the smoky quartz, this is your message. And I am absolutely freaking fascinated by this pile. So I really am excited to get into it. The first card that came out for you all is Visionary. And I had to laugh. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is too perfect. You guys are always like the coolest energy. And the one that I resonate with often the most. So Visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain, shadow selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. All right, Victim is your next card, and it says, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. And then we have Destroyer. It says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. And it says a shadow, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So when I did this reading for myself, which I often like to do before I start, that was the card that came, one of the cards that came. And then Warrior, we have what it says is light attributes: skill, strength, discipline, toughness of will, heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to suffering inflicted on others. And then we're going to take a look at your faceted garden. So we have Thaw. We have Herbal Allies. And we have Perennial. And let's see. Okay. So y'all, picking up really, really strongly. Well, first off, let me start here. Y'all might be the kind of people who tend to be up in your heads a lot. So if that resonates, then this is definitely for you. But who you really are is someone who has a really strong visionary capability and quality. That's why you're up. That's why you're up in your head a lot. That's why, because you have very strong mental facilities and you have a very strong capacity to envision things that haven't happened yet or haven't been created yet. You see them very strongly in your mind's eye. And this is very powerful. It's a very powerful gift. It's a very powerful ability that you have. Okay. So I feel that you're doing this for the collective. You're doing this for humanity. You're doing this for the good of all. You came down here to anchor this visionary ability in, because when you think it, you're creating it not just for yourself, but for the whole planet, right? When you envision a relationship, a world with people who, are loving and kind, you're envisioning a relationship where someone treats you gently and kindly and respectfully. Like, you're creating that for yourself, but you're creating that for everyone. So the other thing that I'm feeling with this pile is a strong commitment to nonviolence. I feel a very, very strong frequency of love with this pile. So you came down to earth to anchor this in. Like, some people are meant to fight the system that exists. For this pile particularly, you're in the camp of creating the new, right? You're in the camp of like creating what hasn't been created before, as opposed to the people that were sent here to like kind of break down the old so that the new can come in. We need both. So you are don't take this negatively. You are a destroyer, but I would say rather a dismantler, but not in the sense that you actively blow things up or like, dissolve things. You're literally just birthing the new. See, this card says preparing for the new. You just don't care about what's been, you don't care about what's existed or what it is already in existence. It's all about what you'd rather see. So that is in a way, a destruction of the old. Because you're just no longer willing to play in the old energies. You're no longer willing to be a victim to the old paradigms. You're no longer willing to engage. You're not engaging. Your soul's like, we're not doing this. We're not engaging in this this little game that humans have been doing for thousands of years. No, I'm not doing that. Screw that. But I'm really getting this strong message for you guys that you are literally, I heard indestructible. You are indestructible. There's something about your energy, there's something about your soul that just knows that no matter what, you will be reborn. You will continue on, like, in some form or fashion. It's like you will die 1,000 deaths just so that you can, rise from the ashes, purified, healed, different, new. You're not willing to stay stuck. These three cards here, Thaw, Herbal Owlet, Perennial, just is telling me that, like, you will continue to come back, rebirth yourself again and again. Or you also, as a soul, you just continue to come back here again and again and again until the job is done, until you've accomplished what you need to accomplish. You refuse to play victim to circumstance and what is, what exists, what currently exists. But it's also just this energy of gentle strength, non-violence. The warrior came out reversed. You're a fighter, but more importantly, you're a lover. Like, you fight with love. You fight with the sword of truth. You fight with the sword of just your love and your light. That's who you are. You are a perennial. You're never gonna die. And some part of you knows this. You just keep going. You're not going to give up. You're helping to, in essence, thaw this solid block of ice that covers human consciousness and keeps us from moving forward. Oh, I'm gonna cry. You guys are amazing. So you're just so strong and so resilient, and you have such a beautiful vision for what's possible, what has yet to be, but what is possible for us as the human race. I think you see the best in the possibilities and the potential that we have as humans, where we could go. And I think you see it as quite beautiful, and so do I. So do I. For some of you, you also are natural mentors and healers, but this is often my healer pile. So my coaches, my healers, my psychic empath. So that's who you are. Thank you so much for being here. I think I'm going to leave it here. Please make sure you check out my video. I'm giving away 3 beautiful decks. So I think it's like 3 videos back on my page. Go make a comment so you can enter to win one. And if you do need more personal guidance, I am here for you. So go check out my Etsy shop. You can order a reading as well as my artwork. I love you so much. See you again soon. Bye.